Hi, sir, viewers. It's 6 p.m. in Douala. It's time for the news. Thank you so much for joining us today, Friday. Our major stories tonight: inhabitants of the Nkak village in the Tombra subdivision complain of the deplorable state of farm-to-market roads in the Tombra subdivision. Moving farm products such as plantains and cocoyams from the farms to the market is really daunting to them. We bring to you the hurdles of people in the Kupe Mwanunguba division in this edition of the news. And down to the Meme division, the village of Teke in the Kumba 3 subdivision is still in ruins following terrorist attacks by separatist fighters since the beginning of the Anglophone crisis. The people used the visit of the DO to express some of the difficulties the villagers are going through. Those are our lead stories. Details when we come back. Welcome back, viewers. We take you first to Kumba in the Meme division, gradually returning to an area widely considered as a red zone. Inhabitants of Teke village in the Meme division of the southwest region of the country say they are being faced by a host of so many social problems. Speaking to the visiting divisional officer for the Kumba 3 subdivision, the people say their problems range from the lack of educational infrastructure to also potable water. For me, I'm Sanda now takes us to take care in the Kumba 3 subdivision.
Houses destroyed and abandoned, public structures like schools burnt and abandoned. This is the mark and impact of the over 7-year-long armed conflict in the English-speaking northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon on the once bustling Teke village in the Kumba 3 subdivision, Meme division of the southwest region of Cameroon. Considered a red zone and completely abandoned for several years, Teke is beginning to have a glimpse of life with the gradual return of some of its displaced inhabitants.
So no say Teke no be red zone again. As me I stand for here, no say Teke na green zone. Me says I be don't run, but I don't come back. It shows say na green zone, I don't come there.
Now back with the wish to live freely and build a better Teke, inhabitants say that they are faced with a host of social problems.
Me will not bring with school for Teke, mostly technical school.
No place, no day, where leader no day. No place, no day. You can't have a church, they get leader. You can't have a witch meeting, they get leader. But for Teke, when they put leader, they look and say the leader is small. You are part of it. It try your best, but people they minimize it. If people they never minimize it, like the Teke stand.
These problems, challenges and requests were presented to the divisional officer for the Kumba 3 subdivision, Mr. Alfred Mende, during a visit to Teke.
We are going to go back and seize the special reconstruction body to see into it that these schools are rehabilitated.
The visit, considered as timely and strategic, was the first from a civil administrator to Teke since the escalation of the armed conflict in that area.
Now to the faculty division, the senior divisional officer of the faculty division has ordered that work should resume on the stretch of road that was temporarily stopped after Chief Litake Mbua was attacked and beaten by some youngsters. Viang Mekala made the declaration as he chaired a crisis or security meeting that was aimed at getting solutions to the Boganjo village chieftaincy saga. Smart Jikan Gabriel with updates from Boganjo.
At the premises of the Government Technical High School in Ombe are natives of Boganjo village who have come to air their minds after their chief, His Royal Highness Litake Muanga Mbua, was brutalized and later hospitalized on grounds that he brought a bulldozer to open up the village road. A road the Tiko Council mayor acknowledged that he was the one who ordered for the opening of the road to ease the transportation of raw food.
Go there, you see where we have done. There have been no iota of destruction, nothing. Not even a stem of cassava has been touched. It is not the mayor's road. It's not the road for the chief of Boganjo. It's not the road for CDC. It's a community road for everybody. That road is going to make them escape the highway. That was one of the happiness of the people.
Even as the SDO preached peace, acts of brutalization that was done on some inhabitants of the village were presented to him. This made people to believe that Chief Litake Muangambua was targeted.
That act was committed deliberately with the intention to do away with the chief. As you all know, this thing should have given way to an intertribal war. But thanks to the Lord Almighty, thanks to the senior division officer of FACO who did intervene on time, we are glad, and we shall be very much glad if justice shall take a course.
The crisis meeting called by the senior divisional officer of FACO, Viang Mekala, was an occasion for the supervisory authority to reiterate the need for peace to reign in Bonganjo village and reminded the inhabitants that they are governed by law, which must be respected.
Nobody should take the law into his hands. Nobody is above the law. The investigation is still going on.
The crisis meeting ended with four different resolutions, amongst them the continuation of works on.
Now let's listen further to the senior divisional officer of the FACO division, Viang Mekala. He speaks on the different resolutions which were taken at the end of that crisis meeting in the Bonganjo village.
The fact that the work should continue. And it's good for the population to understand that that work is carried out by the council of the Tico Council. That work should continue. The second one is that we should have a restraint meeting with the chief of the 5 villages around that place. We have 5 villages around that place, and we'll have a restraint meeting with them, with the chief of Chico and the mayor and some few other stakeholders to talk about that issue of land. Because there's an injunction order that was put in place since 2015 by the DENGO and even the GO that who is there present. We have put the injunction order to avoid the break of peace at that level. But now we think that it's time to sit and reflect on how to solve, to address all the issues that are there, to see the way to uplift the injunction order and permit the population to work. And to insist on the fact that peace should reign. We need peace to reign, and people should be tolerant. People should reconcile themselves and to understand that without peace, we cannot move freely and cannot act together.
Still in the southwest region, road users plying the stretch of road linking Bangem to other localities in the southwest, such as they continue to express frustrations over the deplorable state of that road. And besides this particular challenge, the inhabitants of Nkak Ninong complain of inadequate power supply. However, during the installation of the new chief of that village, the divisional officer of Bangem promised to channel their plight to the government for solutions. Lucy Liengu Ise now takes us to the Nkak Ninong village.
The 45-kilometer stretch from Melong in the Litowal region to Kang Ninong in Bangem subdivision in the southwest region remains an ordeal for road users. Worst is during the rainy season when the road becomes slippery, rendering circulation difficult.
Ça veut dire qu'en grande saison même c'est de la guerre. Parfois tu arrives même au carrefour, tu es obligé de dormir parce que quoi, vu de l'état.
The poor state of the road is equally a challenge for farmers who transport goods from farm to market. The elites of the locality have put in effort to rehabilitate the road, which links other localities to no avail.
Some years back, the elite association NIGDA helped in bulldozing most of the roads linking the Ninong villages. Equally, today Ninong villages have electricity. We're happy, but we are faced with problems of rotten poles. We equally ask the government if they can come to our aid of Ninong.
The inhabitants of Kang Ninong channeled their challenges to their new chief during his installation ceremony presided over by the divisional officer of Bangem.
Population of Tak village, internal and external elites, in accordance with the provision of the prefectural order. This is your new chief.
I promise my population that I'm for peace and development.
The chief Tang Zhuang Kwenle joined his voice to that of the population, pleading on the government to look into their plight.
Because I'm also pleading for the state that be the head of state. For us, we have road problem. We produce plantains, we produce corn, maize, but we have a problem of road.
The divisional officer of Bangem, Daru Sali, assured the population that their problems will be resolved and measures are underway.
Now let's talk hygiene and sanitation. Several specialists in the city of Douala say they are dissatisfied with the council's decision to increase their sewage dumping fee from 1,500 to 2,500 francs CFA without any consultation, stating a strike action or a protest at the Bois de Singe neighborhood here in Douala. The specialists decided to station their trucks filled with sewage to demand that the decision be overturned. Immaculate Fogwe spoke with some disgruntled sewagers. She tells us more in this report.
Over 20 sewage suction trucks stationed at the Bois de Singe neighborhood in the Douala 2 subdivision. The drivers say the strike action is in retaliation of an additional fee demanded by council authorities. For several days, these tanks filled with sewage have not been drained, making the atmosphere unlivable. We are fed up with the way we are being treated by council authorities. After asking us to pay 200,000 francs yearly, the council is now demanding that we now pay 2,500 francs daily instead of 1,500 francs per truck of sewage we dump here. They want us to abandon the activity. I think that is their plan. We don't even make a lot of money from this activity. The strike action, which has halted the activities of these sanitary experts, will definitely affect millions of households in the city of Douala, given that they are now stuck with overflooded septic tanks. We are not satisfied with a new decree signed on the 8th of April compelling us to pay a certain amount. They had to consult us before taking such drastic decisions. Do you know how many families will now be affected? We won't resume work until our plight are attended to. A situation that will put the lives of several Cameroonians, especially those living in areas where these trucks have been parked, at risk of some potential health hazards.
To Boya again, the National School of Local Administration, NASLA, has graduated a new batch of trainees deemed ready to serve in their various disciplines of administration with the required professional skills. They are expected to accelerate Cameroon's emergence drive. Innocent Aze with the teachers.
These trainees are 80 in number and now graduates from the National School of Local Administration, NASLA. They journey to acquire the necessary skills to meet the challenges of making Cameroon an emerging country by 2025 began 4 months ago with intensive professional training.
They are very well equipped to transmit what they have learned here on their various disciplines.
These ambassadors of NASLA are now ready to serve in the areas of competence and specialities of local administration.
It's a great achievement for me and my mates. Back at the university, we all are aware that we have studied so many other things. So it is necessary to come back to refreshing up your knowledge on this new concept which is being implemented in Cameroon today. I think that is why we don't have any limitations here. You can be a worker of the public service, you can be a worker of the private sector. NASLA has given us the opportunity to come back and refreshing our memories, our minds, our knowledge, so that we can be wonderful actors for decentralization.
Created by the head of state, NASLA aims at making professional training one of the main pillars of decentralization and development. NASLA thus stands as bedrock of local development by encouraging and promoting the professional development of trainees and above all the management methods of regional and local authorities.
Over to Meganka in the Adamawa region of the country, 700 liters of illicit fuel were seized by the National Brigades for the Control of Petroleum Products. Nasek Mbosop of the National Petroleum Product Control Brigade attributes the rise in the illegal business to the high price of petroleum products in Central Africa. Let's now have more with Cedric Chakutio.
700 liters of illicit fuel seized by the National Brigade for the Control of Petroleum Products in Mbenganga, in the Adamawa region of Cameroon. It is the result of the zero-tolerance prescription of the Minister of Energy and Water Resources. From Mbenganga to Garoua Boulay, the anti-petroleum fraud agents perused the Cameroon Central African Republic border for 2 days. These drums of illicit fuel were being transported to the Central African Republic. Nasek Boussop of the National Petroleum Product Control Brigade attributes the rise of the illicit business to the high price of petroleum products in Central African Republic, where a litre of super costs 1,100 francs CFA and a litre of gasoil 1,300 francs CFA. A difference of close to 400 francs with the prices applicable in Cameroon. The seized product is tested, and if it is of good quality, it is sold to authorized dealers for distribution in the local market.
Thanks, Cedric. Now we take you out of Cameroon. In Kenya, the President William Ruto has announced 3 days of mourning from today, with official flags to fly at half-mast in the country following the death of Kenya's defense chief alongside 9 others. That was on Thursday in a helicopter or military helicopter that crashed in a remote area of that country. Mala Glory tells us, has details on that story and more in this report.
Kenya's military chief, General Francis Ogala, was among the 10 people killed when their military helicopter crashed shortly after takeoff on Thursday. 2 people survived and are presently receiving treatment in hospitals. The aircraft was on the way to northwest Kenya to deploy some troops to combat cattle rustling in that part of the country. And over to Burkina Faso, the military junta on Thursday expelled 3 French diplomats for alleged subversive activities. This is contained in a letter made public by the country's foreign minister Thursday. The French foreign minister on his part rejected the allegations and said the work of the diplomat is fully consistent with the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic and Consular Relations. This incident is coming amid tension between both countries since Ibrahim Traoré took power in 2022. And elsewhere, His Excellency Bassirou Diomaye Faye will visit the Gambia on Saturday, 20th April 2024 for a day's visit. He will be received at the Banjul International Airport by President Barrow at 10 a.m. and will be accorded with complete protocol and diplomatic courtesies. The objective of the visit is to build ties between both countries.
Now in sports, Victoria United is the 3rd club west of the Mungo to clinch the Elite 1 title that was on Wednesday as they played a 2-2 draw against Stade Rennais of Nilong. The club's final win follows some irregularities, as Manjikan Gabriel tells us in the report. It comes up next.
Last October 2023, just like a prophet, the president of Victoria United, Kwan Valentine, promised Southwesterners that his club will be champions of Cameroon. April 18, 2024 will go into the annals of Cameroonian football that the prophecy of Kwan Valentine came to pass, as Victoria United, alias One People, One Power, were crowned champions of Cameroon after spending just a season in the top flight football of the country. One of the youngest players within Opopo says the secret was their togetherness.
We stay in the same place, do our camping from the starting of the tournament to the end of the competition. We eat in the same place, we sleep in the same place, so we are family, and our family is bigger than the other team just from the way we live.
Opopo is backed by the traditional rulers of Fako division, who now believe in the project of Kwan Valentine.
It is the duty of the chiefs to support anything that comes from their area. So you have to understand that the chief are the first people to give their blessing to such a wonderful achievement from his actions, from his deeds within the division.
The journey of Victoria United to the top of the championship was, however, not rosy. The boys of Quine Valentine in this football season played 23 matches and obtained 16 penalties, which for many sports analysts it's abnormal. More to that, Victoria United made headlines for wrong reasons not once in the course of the season. During the regular season, they failed to show up for a league game against Apaches of Mfu on home ground. The president went ahead threatening to discontinue with the league, but later changed his mind after negotiations. The club's president was later allegedly involved in a viral audio message wherein he was discussing with the president of Fecafoot, asking for some favors with referees. As a result of that audio, CAF opened an investigation on Victoria United and its president.
Thanks, Matt. Sad Reports brings us to the end of this edition of the news. Thank you, viewers, for always being there, and have a blessed weekend. But don't go away. Our programs continue. Equinoxe comes up at 7 p.m. and the news in the French language comes up at 8 p.m. Stay with us on Equinoxe Television. Bye-bye for now.